What is up, everyone? I hope everyone is having an amazing day today. Today we're gonna do a little introduction on operations. So within operations, the main topic we're really gonna put some emphasis on today is what we so call algebra. And algebra is definitely a topic where a lot of people actually get scared of it because it's something that we're not used to, right? A lot of people are not used to x and y variables, the z variable, and it's like it's pretty scary when you don't understand what's really going on. So today we're gonna clear all that stuff up. We're gonna talk a little bit about algebra and the different perspectives to algebra. And let us start with an easy example. So let's say, for example, we use this situation where we have, let's say, 4. Let's make it easy. Yeah, 4 plus a number. For now, I'm going to use a question mark. So 4 plus a number is equal to, let's say, is equal to 8, right? And we want to figure out what is this number exactly? Like, how do we know what number it's going to be? Well, if we use our critical thinking skills, we know that this number is going to be a 4. So 4 plus 4 is going to give you 8 as well. So how is this related to algebra as well, and why do we exactly have to use variables to explain our algebra and solve for the variables? So let's say, for example, we introduce variables, right? And algebra is mostly about variables and solving for variables as a whole. So we have variables of x, we have variables of y, we have variables of z, we have variables of n. These are all variables. And exactly what are variables? Well, variables are unknown values. We have no idea what the value is, so we assign a variable to figure out the value and to solve for the variable. So let's use the previous example of 4 plus a number is equal to 8, and let's introduce our variables this time. So let's say, for example, we have 4 plus, let's use x, okay? Make it simple. We'll use 4 plus x is equal to, we'll do 8 as well. So when we introduce a variable, you want to solve for the variable. And how do we exactly solve for the variable? Well, to the left of the variable, we have a positive 4, and we're adding that to the x. We want to do the inverse operation. You want to do the reverse of what you're seeing. So since here we're adding 4, we want to make this x variable right here, we want to get it by itself. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the opposite operation to get this x by itself. And when I say opposite operation, we're really looking at if we see a positive, we're going to be subtracting. If we see a multiply, we're going to be dividing. And vice versa. If we see a divide, we're going to be multiplying. And if we say subtract, we're going to be adding. And this is our operations, our order of operations actually. So let's start to get x by itself. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get x by itself. And the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna subtract 4 to really get this x by itself. Use a better color over here. Yeah, let's use this. So instead of adding 4, we're gonna subtract 4. And whatever we do to one side, we're gonna have to do to the other side because at the moment the equation is balanced. This equation is a balanced equation, so we can't just start moving things around without balancing the other side. If I was to just subtract 4 on one side and not do it on the other side, the equation would not be balanced. So always look to keep the equation balanced. So now, since I did negative 4 on one side, negative 4 on the other side, or subtract 4 on both sides, I am going to get my final result. I'm going to leave x by itself. Well, in this case, x, or variable x, is going to equal to 8 minus 4. So what exactly is 8 minus 4? Well, that just leaves us with 4. So using algebra, we really solve this equation using a variable. So remember, algebra is something simple that a lot of people are scared of because a variable is introduced, it's difficult to solve for that. So always remember, solve for the variable, do the opposite operations, and we're gonna do another quick example. So let's remove this real quick. All right, so let us try one more example. So let's say, for example, our original equation is going to be 5 times a number, which we don't know, right? We don't know any number, is going to equal to 25. How can we solve this using a variable? And for the answer for this, we know that 5 times 5 is actually equal to 25, right? So how can we solve this using a variable? Well, if we do 5x, we're assigning x as a value that we don't know is equal to 25. What we're going to do again is we're going to do our opposite operation. So in this case, we're doing multiplying. So we're going to be dividing instead. And if we were adding, we would be subtracting instead. So let's do 5 times x, and we want to get x by itself. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna divide by 5 on both sides. So if we divide by 5, we're gonna get the x by itself, and whatever we do to one side, we're definitely gonna do to the other side. So 5 divided by 5, and our final result is gonna be x is equal to 5. So just like that, we can use algebra and our different variables to solve for systems of equation in math. And that basically concludes it for this video. I'm definitely gonna create more videos on more emphasis on algebra and different order of operations. And definitely stay tuned for that. And I hope everyone has an amazing day.